Hello everyone, myself Supriya Amrutkar. In this video, we learn a new topic, probability distribution, from the course Applied Mathematics. Learning outcome of the probability distribution are learners will be able to utilize basic concept of probability distribution to solve elementary engineering problems, and also he will be able to solve given problems based on repeated trials using binomial distribution as well as normal distribution, and also solve given problems when number of trials are large and probability is very small. So in this slide we will discuss what is probability distribution of a random variable. So what is mean by random variable? Random variable is a variable whose value is unknown, and it can be defined if any possible values which occurs. Here, if a real variable x be associated with the outcome of a random experiment, then since the value which x takes depend on chance is called a random variable. What is mean by probability distribution? If in a random experiment the event corresponding to the number a occurs, then the corresponding random variable x is said to assume the value a, and the probability of the event is denoted by probability of x is equal to a, is called a probability of a random variable x is equal to a. So probability distribution is a statistical function which describes all possible values in the random variable that can take within a given range, and it has two types depending upon their data. So first type is discrete probability distribution. A random variable can take only finite number, or you can also say only limited numbers of values we called as discrete probability distribution. For example, number of heads in two tosses. If we toss the coin, there are only two possibilities, either head or tail, and then we find number of heads in two tosses. So this is limited values. So it having finite values. So we call it as discrete probability distribution. Second one is continuous probability distribution. A random variable can take any value in a given interval. So suppose from interval 0 to infinity, so it is a large number of data, and from this data we have to find out the probability distribution. So it called as continuous probability distribution. For example, height of student in a class. This is an example of continuous probability distribution. So now, depending upon their data, we have to classify it in the given chapter three standard distributions. So the first one is binomial distribution, second one is Poisson's distribution, and third one is normal distribution. So from first and second, they are the discrete probability distribution, and the third one is continuous probability distribution. So in this video, we will discuss binomial distribution. So see now, binomial distribution. It is an experiment or trial having two outcomes or two possibilities. For example, tossing a coin. If we toss coin, there are only two possibilities, either head or tail. Similarly, the result of an exam, only two possibilities, either pass or fail. Similarly, the item produced by a machine, again two possibilities, either non-defective or defective. So in this way, if in any outcome or any experiment there are only two possibilities, then we say the given distribution is binomial distribution. So see now the definition. If X is the random variable defined on sample space S, then probability of R is equal to NCR into P raised to R into Q raised to N minus R, where N is equal to number of times experiment is done. P is equal to probability of success in one trial. That means if we toss the coin, we get either head or tail. So if we want to find probability of head, then the possibilities are only 1. So this is called as probability of success. And Q is nothing but what? Probability of failure. So we required P as well as Q for finding binomial distribution. So Q is nothing but what? Probability of failure. So how we find probability of failure? We subtract P from 1. Why from 1? Because the maximum probability must be 1. So therefore we subtract from 1. And the last one, R is equal to what? Number of success in one trial. This is known as binomial theorem on probability. So how we find this NCR? You can also find by using calculator. This is known as combination value NCR. We have to select R out of N. NCR means what? We have to select R object out of N object, and the formula is what? N factorial upon R factorial into N minus R factorial. So in this way, we can calculate the value of NCR, and you can also find by using calculator. So see now, properties of binomial distribution. First one is mean of binomial distribution is M is equal to N into P, where N is number of trial and P is probability of success. Second one, standard deviation. Standard deviation can be found as square root of N into P into Q. S dot D is the short form of standard deviation. And then variance. Variance is the square of standard deviation. Therefore, we remove here square root because square cancel with square root and remaining is only NPQ. So this is nothing but variance. Now, one note is there. For solving purpose, this note I have noted. For solving any example related to probability distribution, the possibilities are like exactly R success, or at least R success, or at most R success. So how we calculate or how we find its probability? So exactly R means what? We have to find only R value. So therefore we write here P of R. But what about at least? At least means minimum R. So minimum R means maximum up to N, because higher possible outcomes are N. N is the number of trials. So we start to find with probability of R up to probability of N. So R, R plus 1, R plus 2, so on up to N. It may be 1, 2, 3 and so on. Depend on the value of N. And what about at most? At most means what? Maximum R. So we start with 0 up to R. So this is, see now, probability of 0, probability of 1 up to probability of R. So we have to calculate this all probability with addition, and one important thing is what? After add all this probability, it never greater than 1. It must be less than 1, because maximum probability is equal to 1 from 0 to n. Addition of all 0 to n, the probability must be 1. Therefore, it never greater than 1. So therefore, if we find the value or probability of at least R success, if it is too much values or too much probabilities are there, then we subtract at most r minus 1 success from 1. Why we subtract r minus 1? Because we want to find at least r, means r to n. Therefore, we subtract the previous value of r, which is r minus 1 from 1. Then we get at least r success. These are some conditions which we use in the solving of examples. We required all these things. So, we'll see now the examples related to binomial distribution. So, the first example. An unbiased coin is tossed 6 times. Find the probability of getting first 2 heads, second at least 4 heads. So, you see first the first condition, which is 2 heads. What is the given condition? Coin is tossed 6 times. Therefore, the value of n is equal to 6. The condition is for tossing a coin. Therefore, here the probability of getting head, because in the question we required 2 heads or at least 4 heads. So, therefore, probability of getting head in one trial. How many possibilities are there? Either head or tail. So, out of these two possibility, the head is only 1. So, therefore, probability of success P is equal to 1 by 2. And now we find Q also, because we required in the formula P as well as Q. Why we use binomial distribution? Because here the possible outcomes are 2, head and tail. So, therefore, we use binomial distribution. So, find out the value of Q, which is 1 minus P. So, again 1 minus 1 by 2, which is again 1 by 2. So, after getting P as well as Q, we use binomial distribution, and the formula is probability of R is equal to NCR into P raised to R into Q raised to N minus R. For the first condition, we put the value of R is equal to 2 because we required only 2 heads. So, R is equal to 2, put here 6C2, 1 by 2 raised to 2, the value of R, and 1 by 2 raised to 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2 is 4, and 1 by 2 raised to 4 is 1 by 16, because 2 multiplied by 4 times, and 1 by 2 square is 1 by 4. And how we find 62? 6 factorial upon 2 factorial into 4 factorial, because 6 minus 2 is 4. So, how we find 6 factorial? 6 into 5 into 4 factorial. So, it gets cancelled with denominator, and remaining is 6 into 5 upon 2 into 1. With the multiplication 1 by 4 and 1 by 16. So, after calculating all these terms, we get an answer 30 upon 128, which is nothing but 15 by 64. And the division of this 0.2344 is the answer of probability of R is equal to 2. Now the second one, at least 4. At least 4 means minimum 4. So it may be 4 or 5 or 6, or means addition. So therefore, probability of R greater than or equal to 4 is P of 4 plus 5 plus 6. So substitute here R is equal to 4 first, then 5 and then 6. And again the calculation of all this probability is 11 by 32. Do this calculation on calculator, and the answer is 0.3438. Okay. So we'll see second example. Question is, if 20% of bolts manufactured by a machine are defective, determine the probability that out of 4 bolts drawn, first condition, 1 is defective, and second condition, at the most 2 are defective. So see now the answer. Take a bolt and check whether it is defective or not. The condition is what? Here the experiment is repeated for 4 bolts. Therefore, the value of n is equal to 4. See here, out of 4. So, n is equal to 4. And the probability is what? 20% bolts manufactured by a machine are defective. So P is what? Probability that bolts are defective, and the probability is what? 20%. So 20 upon 100, percentage value means divided by 100. So it should be 0.2. And then we get the value of Q is what? 1 minus P. So 1 minus 0.2 is 0.8. Now use the binomial theorem of probability. The formula is probability of R is equal to NCR into P raised to R into Q raised to N minus R. The first condition is 1 is defective. So put the value of R is equal to 1. 4C1 into 0.2 raised to 1 into 0.8 raised to 4 minus 1, which is 3. 4C1, the value is 4, 0.2 and its cube is 0.512. Multiply it, we get the answer 0.4096. Now second one, at the most 2 are defective. So at the most 2 means maximum 2. So we add here 0, 1 and 2, because at the most means maximum 2, that is either 0 or 1 or 2. So we add all of this property, we get, substitute first R is equal to 0, then R is equal to 1 and then R is equal to 2. So 4C0 into P raised to 0 and Q raised to 4 minus 0. Again 4C1, P raised to 1, Q raised to 4 minus 1. 4C2, P raised to 2, Q raised to 4 minus 2. The value of P is 0.2 and value of Q is 0.8. So the answer of this is what? 0.9728. It never greater than 1. See here. Okay. So see again in the see the example. The overall percentage of failure in a certain examination is 30%. What is the probability that out of a group of 5 candidates, at least 3 pass the examination? Success is that the candidate passes the examination. Possibilities is what? At least 3 pass the exam. So therefore, out of how many candidates? 5 candidates are there. So n is equal to 5. And P is what? P is the probability of pass of a candidate. But the condition is given, a failure in a certain examination is 30%. So Q is given here. So therefore, Q is what? Probability of failure of a candidate, which is 0.3, because 30 upon 100, 30% is there. So we can use this and find out the value of P. So P is what? 1 minus Q. So 1 minus 0.3 is 0.7. And then by using binomial distribution, we find probability that at least 3 pass the exam. At least 3 means either 3 or 4 or 5, because maximum candidates are 5. So find out here. R is equal to 3 first. So 5C3 into 0.7 raised to 3 and 0.3 raised to 5 minus 3, plus put the value of R is equal to 4. So 5C4 into 0.7 raised to 4 into 0.3 raised to 5 minus 4, which is 1, plus 5C5 into 0.7 raised to 5 into 0.3 raised to 5 minus 5, which is 0. So after doing this calculation, again we get the addition of all these values. The answer is 0.83692. Okay. Hope you understand the first distribution, which is binomial distribution. It's very simple. We use here the formula, probability of R is equal to NCR into P raised to R into Q raised to N minus R. Here we required the value of P, which is probability of success, Q, which is failure. By using 1 minus P, we can calculate the probability of failure, and is already given. R is also given, and then with the help of all these value, we can calculate binomial distribution. Okay, thank you.